Thank you, Ken. Good evening to you, and good evening, Australia and overseas countries taking our first Harvey Norman State of Origin for 1998. We're currently in the Queensland dressing room, and Alan Langer has been told to take them out to the players' tunnel, and there they are. Alan Langer playing his 28th Origin game, and 3 times only has he captained Queensland. Very proud moment for him, and a very interesting revelation to Daryl Eastlake that this may well be his last State of Origin series. So they make the walk down the tunnel. They'll be greeted by not a capacity crowd, but probably around 39, 40,000. The Queenslanders are there. Great stadium. And Sydney turning it on for the return of united State of Origin football. The fireworks display welcomes the Queenslanders. That's the only welcome they got, really, as this big crowd echoed their feelings. Shortly, Laurie Daly will be coming down the players' tunnel as captain for the 10th time of his state side. It was a very controversial decision at the start of the year whether he would captain or whether Fittler would captain Australia. Daly got the nod, and here he is, taking the Blues out. Slow walk, soaking it up, thinking, deliberating, just making sure that everything's done in their minds. The reserves, Matthew Johns and Stephen Menzies, Ken McGuinness in front of them. And shortly they'll break forth to a great reception. Here they are. A sound of somewhat jubilation from this crowd to think that the game is back together, and the faces that should be out there are there. Former captain Brad Fittler.
This is what the game's been waiting for, the State of Origin series. This should be a magnificent match. I'll tell you what, you've got to get stuck in early in State of Origin. You can blink and it can be half-time. Spare a thought for Price and also Lang from Queensland on the bench. They will play important roles for the Queensland side. 17 degrees, light northwesterly. Queensland have won the toss and decided to run against the breeze in the first half. Can't wait for this one.
He's talking of Stephen Price and Martin Lang, 2 of 7 debutants in the Queensland side, as opposed to 2 for the Blues. Tim Brasher on camera. He's been doing it tough with South Sydney, playing well, but the club's doing it tough. And it's about this time of the year that Tim Brasher walks the rugby league spotlight.
Blues running left to right. Laurie Daly aiming up. Jason Hetherington ready to go. And the early touches should be something special.
Billy Harrigan, he's got the job, probably the most important job here tonight. It's underway, the Harvey Norman State of Origin for 1998. Queensland coming off their own line. Shane Wedke, a meshing of bodies. Larson didn't get past the ad line. Heavy stuff from Harrigan in particular. Saylor goes off the wing to help the forwards. Puts his hand up for work to the 20 on 3. And now it's Bartram. Again Harrigan and Daly in the tackle. 25 away on 4. Lockyer gets his kick in, the first of the game, for Timmy Brasher to bring it back. He's been longing for this encounter up against Lockyer. Wishart a test. Back from injury last weekend for the Steelers after a long break. To the blind. The 8 is Howe. Formerly from Newcastle, from the Melbourne club. Harrigan out the back for Dean Pay. Now the Maroons a chance to deal it out to the halfway line. And again to the blind, and Fittler. Langer leaving the ground to make the tackle. From Tooby, a sweep across for John. To the air. Lockyer tested immediately by John. Away from his 10. And he's met by Daly and Brasher and put down 15 away from his own line on 1.
Andrew Johns will be a little bit disappointed that the kick went so deep. He'd have liked the chaser to arrive at the same time as the ball coming down into Lockyer's arms as Webke takes it forward. Strong front-on hit there from Rodney Howe.
Third tackle going at the 30-metre mark. And that's Hetherington, one of the debut players for Lockyer to come in, the first receiver. 5 metres into New South Wales territory. State of Origin 1 underway. Langer kicking for the first time. Picked up by Richard. Now it's the Blues. Terry Hill picked up and driven by Renoff. Hill said he wanted to line Renoff and deal it out like he did at Brookvale a month ago. Renoff looks like he might have been fired up by that comment. Just inside the 40-metre line. Played back by the New South Wales forwards and Harrigan. Takes it towards centre ground. He's 7 metres short of halfway. Tooby into the hands of Johns and then to the boot. And Andrews' kick, this time bouncing twice for Saylor. Lockyer's with him, but he's running away from him. Runs into Daly. Daly is there together with Fittler. On the 20-metre line on first tackle for Queensland. Now, Matt Singh. Came to prominence in State of Origin football during the Paul Vaughton coaching era. And he got the job done, apparently, very satisfactorily. They haven't forgotten him. And they haven't forgotten Gary Larson. He gets a pass away for Hetherington to pick it up on the first bounce. Hetherington, the Canterbury hooker, 5 metres from the halfway line. Langer on the left of the ground. Then it's Walters trying to work it back to the right. He pushes away from Tuvey, and he's put down in the centre of the park by Kosef and Harrigan. Now Langer, little grubbing kick, trying to get a bounce, but it's Tuvey. Tuvey's with it.
And it's been a good solid Origin start for both sides. Plenty of heavy hits in defence, plenty of numbers in the tackles, and no mistakes yet, which is a good sign for both coaches.
Eddinghausen dummy half. That is McDougall, young Newcastle winger, 23. Now Dean Pay. Big day in front of them, or a big weekend. Dean Pay and Jason Smith. They're destined for Townsville tomorrow night. Fittler to the 30, got it away. Chance here. It's away from Johns. It's with Terry Hill. Goes away from the sideline. Pulled down 10 metres out on 5. Now Johns is indicating the high ball. Here he is. He decides to put it through the hands. A 20-metre pass. Daly puts the kick in at second receiver. It's a bit of pressure for Saylor. Oh, Lockyer. Lockyer arrived in the nick of time. How fortunate for Queensland.
Very, very close. It looked as though, I think it was Tim Brasher might have got the football on the full and come down with it. Bullet-like pass from Andrew Johns, getting it wide to Laurie Daly. Look at this one, right onto the chest. Kick went up, all the chasers on side. They flew high. Tim Brasher led. He had a good catch at it. The other number one was there to clean up. Now Gary Larson takes it 38 out from his own line.
5th minute of the Origin. We'll talk to Wally Lewis in about 5 minutes from now. He'll be joining us in commentary as he projects on the game. Now it's Langer off the 40-metre line. The pass was forward. Peter Ryan, his hopes went up, the crowd went up, and so did Harrigan's arm.
Yeah, nice piece of skill there. An inside ball from Alan Langer. Found a gap as well. I think New South Wales probably expecting Alf to go out wide through Kevin Walters, who's 5'8", but a tactic there, which is Wayne Bennett's come up with, nearly came to fruition.
Yeah, perfect example there if you just drop off your intensity a little bit. That's what Paul Harrigan did from second marker. Eventually came up with the tackle. As Laurie Daly gets a good ball away. It's not taken by Eddinghausen. In fact, it's cleaned up by Queensland. Sloppy play from the Blues.
Played by Lockyer. He's getting himself involved, Darren. Saylor, 42 metres away from the New South Wales line. They had an opportunity, but between Daly and Eddinghausen, they lost that opportunity. Played back by Jason Smith. And then Peter Ryan hitting a very heavy tackle by Kosef. In fact, it was a manly tackle. Tuvey and Kosef. Now, Harrigan is saying that the tackle was too high, and he gives the first penalty of the game. At the 6.5-minute marker, Queensland get the penalty, and Alfie takes a quick tap. So across now for Lockyer to cross the 30-metre line. Smith goes straight, and then is put away by Fittler over the top of Andrew Johns. Larson now. New South Wales looking down the barrel of their first test tonight. Jason Smith holding it up. Daly doesn't have any part of it. Takes the man with the ball. Gets an assist from Howe. Then from Hetherington for Langer, a dummy, and then away for Webke running wide. Trying to run straight over the top of Kosef. Kosef has been prominent in defence. Here's Langer, gets a kick, he gets a rebound to try. It's Walters. Kevin Walters has scored.
Yeah, Bill Harrigan will go to the video replay here as to whether Kevin Walters was onside. I don't think there's too many dramas with it. Again, Alan Langer, uncanny ability with the short kicking game to get it in behind the line, somehow get another foot to it. And the chasers, well, they know they're always a chance. There's the number 6, he's onside for mine. Let's have a look if he is the second touch. I don't think there's any dramas with that at all. And we come back to the penalty given for the Nick Kosef high tackle. I thought it was pretty tough against Kosef, but in the next set of 6, Queensland have taken advantage.
And it's a try. John Gosher is the video referee for this match. He had no problems with it. And Kevin Walters gets the try for Queensland, only his second in 15 matches.
Well, the problem for New South Wales there was that they had no one at the back. Tim Brasher was actually up in the front line, and Langer, he's able to run one way and kick the other. It's not an easy thing to do, but he's by far and away the best at it. And Kevin Walters, his partner in crime, was there, as he is so often, to reap the benefits.
Darren Lockyer has got just the sort of conversion you'd like to have for your first kick of the night. He's on debut, and he hits it. The flags are in the air, and Queensland are in the air. 6 points to 0 over New South Wales, State of Origin 1. Ball coming back for the restart. All goes back to the Daly Ettinghausen mistake. As Johns starts the second segment of play. It is Saylor, 15 away from his own line. Play back for Hetherington. Doubtful play the ball, but this is Larson now in the second. Smith. Just outside the 30-metre line. In fact, Shane Webke reaching the 40. Queensland 6. New South Wales yet to score. Langer kicking on the end of the tackle count. The bounce awkward. McDougall with it. Walters beaten by a Fed. Hetherington likewise. Renoff makes the tackle. Carroll is on. Ryan is off. Wishart hit by Smith and Renoff. Down the blindside corridor comes Howe. 35 out from their own line, the Blues. Fittler steps off his left foot. 42 metres out. Centering play. And then from Tuvey into the hands of Johns and across for Daly. Comes to Langer, gets it under Ettinghausen. McDougall comes in. Beats Smith, gets it to Brasher. Brasher to Johns. Johns gets his pass away. Tuvey is with it. They come to the 40-metre line on the opposition end of the ground. It is Terry Hill who will play the ball. Tuvey again now, and for Andrew Johns into the air. Deepish kick, and Saylor safe. Just beyond his own 10-metre line.
Great defence there from the Queensland side, because I think it's Paul Harrigan gets some assistance on the sideline. New South Wales stretch the ball from left to right. The Queensland defence is everywhere there.
Steve Rhodes down on the sideline. Steve, the breeze, is it having any effect at all?
No, very still down here at the moment. It'll probably be in favour of the New South Wales side at the moment. But Ray, typical Queensland, isn't it? It looks like all New South Wales as we see a break from Smith.
Jason Smith has crossed his own 40-metre line and the halfway. Now it's gone out to Renoff. Renoff's running away from Brasher. Brasher makes a dive, but Renoff is away, and he goes in to score. Try number 3 in Origin.
Well, I'll tell you what, there might be a problem here with the New South Wales cover defender taken out by Matt Singh. Renoff is claiming the 4 points. Bill Harrigan will come back and ask his touch judge about the incident. I've got no doubt that Matt Singh played deliberately.
Not yet. New South Wales player in support of the ball carrier. Yeah. Queensland support. Right, sorry, New South Wales player chasing the ball carrier. Yeah. Singh, number 2, come across and took him out of play. Okay. Just no foul play, just taking him out of play. Just took him out of play. He was chasing. Yep. Okay. Number 2. Matt. Hey. Shush.
Brilliant work by Jason Smith.
Shush.
Has been negated.
Okay, listen to the report. New South Wales. Whoa, hang on. Shush. Listen to the report, and then I'll deal with it. New South Wales player chasing the ball carrier. This player deviated his course, took him out of the play, so he couldn't make the tackle. Okay. You heard it. We're going to take the advantage away from you now. Penalty goes the other way. Silly.
Well, you've heard it. Matt Singh has given a penalty to New South Wales and taken a try from Queensland.
It's a great break by Jason Smith. Oh, yeah, Matty Singh, all he was doing, I think it's almost an innocent mistake by him, but in doing that, he took Terry Hill out of play. And I think the penalty had to be given.
30-metre line, Queensland's end. And it's Kosef. Driven down by the Queensland defence of Larson and Webke. Tubby to the right, down the blind side, wide ball. Barnhill is on. Unmistakable with that balding head. 15 metres out from the Queensland line. For John, and a long pass. Daly gets it away. Eddinghausen tries to beat the centres. The pass comes down for Brasher. Brasher's tackled 11 metres out from the line. Daly scoops it away from dummy half. Dean Pay lurking towards the line. Pulled down 7 metres out on 5. Now from Tubby. For Johns, a grubbing kick and miles of Maroon jumpers. But it is a line dropper. And New South Wales will get another chance.
Tremendous football from both sides. The defence of Queensland in the first 12 minutes has been unbelievable. Really scrambling well, coming up with the one-on-one tackles. Gary Larson's been, for my mind, the best player on the paddock in that area. And Lockyer in the right position at the right time, able to get a good bounce and give away a line drop out.
So here they come back. Rodney Howe. Human ramrod. That's the way he plays it. And now Barnhill asking for the ball from Fittler. Clubmates at Sydney City. Tubby for Johns on the blind, switches it to the open. Daly inside for Brasher. That line is the 20-metre line. Tubby gets a handoff from Brasher. Tubby coming over towards the members' corner. And now Terry Hill steps out of one. Pulled down by Walters, the try scorer for Queensland. Tubby and Johns. Then a second man play. Fittler for Barnhill. Barnhill struggles with the Queenslanders. 7 metres out on the high shot. Then it's with Daly. Daly gets it to the winger. McDougall, but sailors all over him like a rash. McDougall with it. Ball lost backwards. Tackle count not restarted. Daly puts the bomb up with precision. Oh, Lockyer running away with his back to the ball. Very, very safe. Wally Lewis, a comment from you after 12 minutes.
Well, it's been classic state of origin, hasn't it? Defence is what it's all about. We've seen it year after year, but the perfect defence really led Queensland to have to shift their attack a little bit wider out. Langer's probing run started around about the 6-minute mark, and another one just 90 seconds later was what led to that try, of course. Obvious that that's where they're basing the majority of their attacking plays, right on the edge.
Wally Lewis in commentary with Peter Sterling, Paul Horton, Steve Roach between them. 83 Origin appearances. And of course, Wally the king with 31. Eclipsed eventually, I think it was by the big fella from Canberra, Mal Menninger. This ball rolling along towards the sideline. Oh, Brasher. He took his time. And then he felt the impact of Saylor. Now, McDougall's been busy over on the left wing. Most of the play has been centred towards him. And at the moment, he's come up okay. Howe again tries to right the ship for the Blues. They've had one try scored against them legally, another denied. Queensland dominating the first Origin match. Tubby, fifth tackle. John, 43 metres out from the Queensland line. And Lockyer using Matt Singh. comes back to be met by Brad Fittler.
I think it's only a matter of time. As New South Wales, they had 3 dummy half runs here and made 50 metres, but on the last tackle, if they had looked out wide, there was plenty of space. Probably Andrew Johns next time might look and pass the ball.
Here's a big moment in the career of Martin Lang, son of John, who played in the 1980 Origin clash. Martin was 4 years of age. They're the first father-son combination in Origin football. The bounce of the ball for Singh, put down on the 40-metre line by a concentrated tackle from Terry Hill. Now they go back for the kick. Walters keeping it fairly low, driving it towards the sideline and driving Brasher there too. And he's put down back on his own 30-metre line.
And just talking about Martin Lang, he didn't come out of that hit up too well. Taking a little while to get back into the defensive line. He's 2 off the ruck now. There was a full 4 or 5 tackles before he got involved. There he is coming in over the top of Harrigan.
Harrigan really putting some weight into that run. Inside ball by Daly, finding Barnhill on the halfway. And then from Daly again. Pay. Tuvey there, picking up the handoff from Dean Pay. 42 metres out from the Queensland line. They lead 6-0 Queensland. Trying the 7th minute for Kevin Walters. A test for Saylor. Oh, he's made a meal of it. Lockyer's there to protect him.
Yeah, but the original knock-on will be called back. So a great chance now for New South Wales. The tide's starting to turn just a little bit. That was a much better kick because the chasers arrived at the same time. Eddinghausen, he was certainly in the mind of Wendell Saylor.
Gee, I've been impressed with Adam McDougall tonight. He's taken to it like he's playing his 20th Origin game, not his first. He's been in everything.
The Blues directing their attack down that flank where McDougall is defending against Saylor. Here's one of the best opportunities New South Wales will get. Daly using Brasher. Brasher puts Wishart into the corner. Wishart is over. New South Wales 6 points to 4 down.
Well, it's a great hit back, and they take advantage of the mistake on the far side of the field, but you've got to say it was a soft try. We've praised the Queensland defence, but they didn't read this well at all. Daly comes across. Let's have a look at the Queensland defence. We freeze it there. You see this man takes out, I think it's Steve Renoff, and all of a sudden we've got the overlap out wide as play continues. A simple job for Tim Brasher to draw Matt Singh. Steve Renoff had a couple of players. He allowed the man to get on the outside of him. And when you do that with the speed that New South Wales have on the flanks, you're always going to be in trouble. He really had to slide quicker.
I'll tell you what, I've got to be honest, I find it hard to blame anyone there in that Queensland side. I just think that was a great set play from the coach, Tom Raudonikis. They found the space out wide. Queensland defence maybe didn't slide enough, but a wonderful set play from the New South Welshman.
Just have a look at the timing here from Daly. Just threw the ball at the exact right moment. Knew that he had the men committed that he wanted, and that there was still enough space out wide for Rod Wishart to be able to squeak down the outside and get it down in the corner.
Well, Rod Wishart is playing his 20th Origin. And that's 5 tries in his Origin career. And now Andrew Johns has got a kick from the sideline on the 20-metre line. This is the one that got them the chocolates the other night at Marathon from the exact same point. And there goes the kick, but it's just a fraction across the face. So there's no addition. Queensland leading 6 points to 4 at the 19th minute. Well, what a perfect scrum play. Queensland off the boot of Lockyer, taking us a step further down the path of Origin 1 for Harvey Norman. This is David Barnhill. Just outside their own 30-metre line. New South Wales, another break. Terry Hill couldn't handle. And ominous sign down the right flank from New South Wales.
A few breaks starting to be made now as defences get over that initial 20-minute period and start to falter a little. The game's starting to open up. Inclusion of Menzies able to draw in Matt Singh, and Terry was away, but Matt Singh came and forced the ball loose.
6-4 Queensland. Langer, Walters, Lockyer, Darren Smith. Both he and Renoff wearing headgear. Steve Price is on, also in a headgear for Queensland. Now Lang. Very much like Rodney Howe. Straight up and down. Full speed ahead. Walters turning it in. That is Carroll. Walters, a quick play, the ball by Carroll. They're inside the 20-metre line. Bartram. Langer. Drifting across for Lockyer. Cut out pass for Matt Singh. Knocked down by Renoff. And he's used the turnover.
A little bit too hard for Steve Renoff to get the pass there, but what about the pickup off the bootlaces from Matt Singh? An easy one by any stretch of the imagination as Jeff Tuvey just hands the ball to Steve Price. Another 6, 5 metres out.
So real pressure for New South Wales. A bad pass for Langer. He did well. Walters looks for try number 2. Ben Ikin is the dummy half. Langer running from left to the right for Lockyer. Back to Langer. Langer for Darren Smith. And Smith will play it 8 metres away from the Blues line. Langer a dummy half. Then from Ikin, away for Saylor. Going to ground, got it away for Lockyer to go inside the 10. Back to Carroll. Carroll. He's put down 3 metres out. Langer back to Renoff. Then Langer, bodies in motion from Price. It's gone away to Pay. So it all started with Steve Price coming up with a ball that was meant for New South Wales, and he committed the same offence.
There's a chance there for the Queensland side out wide, but you've got to be patient with the football. On that occasion, Stephen Price wasn't so. New South Wales now doing it hard, getting out of their own territory.
Steve Roach.
Well, the big thing for the New South Wales side is their markers have played poorly in this opening first half. They've got to improve that area of their game. Queensland making far too many breaks from dummy half, and Alfie Langer starting to control the rucks.
We're on the New South Wales 40-metre line as they bring it down the blind side with Kosef to the halfway. Wisher, a bad pass. Johns did well. Daly equal. Then turns it in for Brasher. The flying Tim Brasher is over the 20-metre line. He's going to go there, and he puts it down. Brasher and Daly. Brasher scores the try. Oh, what a beauty.
Well, that's just breathtaking. Firstly, the fingertip control once again of the first 2 receivers. It's not a good pass, but Andrew Johns makes it easy. We freeze it there just quickly. This player, Stephen Price, has raced in from here, and all of a sudden, there's a bit of a gap there, and as play continues, Laurie Daly heads that way, and Tim Brasher explodes onto the football, beats the despairing dive, looks like he's going to be covered. Darren Smith actually came across, looked like he might have had Tim Brasher in his sights, but Brasher just put the foot on the accelerator. But Steve Price, he really came flying in here, and all of a sudden the Queensland defence was thrown out.
Oh, that was a bad mistake there from the Queensland defence, and once that mistake was made, you just cannot recover, and they didn't. And in the end, Tim Brasher, he spotted the hole. A great ball from Daly, great reaction from him, the wonderful 5'8", and then Brasher. In the end, you know, I reckon Queensland hung off Tim Brasher. I think one player thought the other one was going to get him. Darren Smith hung off. Darren Lockyer stopped and had to go again. Wendell stopped and had to go again. And Brasher just had the pace to get there.
Second Origin try in his 17th Origin match for Tim Brasher. Johns, 13 in from touch. 20 metres out, and again he's overhooked it. But 8-6 New South Wales. Steve Roach, what a try.
No, he's a dead set genius, Laurie Daly. How quickly did he sum this up? And the understanding between him and Timmy Brasher, they both seen the same thing. Brasher just foots it, as you said. The Queensland cover defence hesitated. Brasher too quick. New South Wales in front.
Hold on to it, Blocker. Hold on to it.
Early blocky.
Wally Lewis, a comment from you now as we look down the barrel of 25 minutes gone in the game.
Well, I think a point of concern for Queensland at the moment is the speed of the game. New South Wales dummy halves are still making yardage up the middle. We were speaking about Queensland getting areas up there as well. But a point of real problem, I think, for the Queenslanders is their communication on the football field. Obviously, no communication there. Firstly, when Stephen Price went racing in. Secondly, of course, when the break was made, a little bit of confusion between Wendell Saylor and Darren Lockyer.
So the Blues come away from their own 40-metre line with Fittler. Running a lot with the ball tonight, Fittler. Johns placing it nicely. Saylor off his own line. 8-6 the Blues, no goals, 2 tries. First try of the game for Kevin Walters at the 7th minute. Now Lockyer tried to slide through a passage, but Eddinghausen shut him down. Oh, big hit, shoulder hit from Rodney Howe on Wayne Bartram. Webke, Kosef launches himself to the 30-metre line. Barnhill and Menzies making that cleaner. Langer pushing it. Walters on. Lockyer, no, it's Smith. Jason, 40-metre line. He made a beautiful break down that sideline earlier on. Lockyer. Wisher watching it like an eagle. Brasher's with him. Across the park. Ben Eichen comes up and snuffs him out. Snaps him down. Now McDougall.
We should give a rap to the referee, Bill Harrigan, as well, and also the discipline of the players out there. 27 minutes in a State of Origin game, we've only had the 2 penalties, 1 for each side. End-to-end stuff, it's been great, not too many stoppages. Here's Barnhill.
The best of the best here, Barnhill. 8 metres on his own side of halfway, the Blues by 2. Johns Daly. Daly out from his 40-metre line. Oh, Hill. Picked up beautifully by Renoff. Copy book stuff. It was out of the old manual. A mix-up. And it's advantage rule. Langer. Quick play the ball and away. Darren Smith tries to seize an opportunity. Tuvey pulls him down. Saylor crosses the 30. Makes a run of 8 metres and then is met by the Blues defence. 25 away now. Once they've been down there with success. The second time unsuccessful. Try was disallowed. Peter Wright put down on the 20, centre of the park. Jason Smith, a little kick. He's looking for Metzing, and Wishart wins the race.
Great piece of skill there from Jason Smith. He's not just a ball runner and a ball player. He's got these little tricks he can produce at any stage as well, such as that. A great little kick. Manny Singh knew about it. Rod Wishart did well to turn and get to it first. Safe as Wishart.
29th minute. Harvey Norman, State of Origin 1. And a delay.
I think David Barnhill might have some blood. Dan Pate coming back in, so too Paul Harrigan. Menzies and Barnhill leave the field, and a good break for New South Wales there just to gather themselves. Andrew Johns picks up 45 on the fly. Wendell Saylor takes it. Been very involved tonight, Wendell.
There's been an enormous amount of play down that right touchline for Queensland. Saylor and McDougall. Now Larson. Loose ball. Pounced upon by Eichen. In turn by Pay.
I think Eichen's playing in the forwards.
He is, but since Jason Hetherington went off, Benny Eichen, normally a centre of 5'8", has been playing in the dummy half role in the forwards. First for him.
Lang. Eichen. Langer. Wide for Walters. Lockyer. Dummy offered to him. Smith. Saylor. Away from the 20-metre line. They're 15 out now. Walters. Langer. Cut out pass for Smith. Stands looking to get rid of it. Daly puts him down. They're still 15 metres out. This is the last. Langer puts the kick straight to McDougall. And he's equal to it. Out to the 20-metre line. Having a fine game. Young Newcastle winger, 1 of 4 Novocastrians. Here he is again. 4 from Manly, 4 from Newcastle, 9 from Broncos. There's Wisher. Brings it out 38 metres off his own line. Tuvey to the marker. Then the pass, a shocker. And diving on it is Rod Howe, I think. Yes, it is. He moved very quickly for a front rower. And this is Kosef. Been very involved in both facets. Fittler using Pay. Pay coming to Aiken. Standing, offloading for Fittler to pick up Ettinghausen. Puts a fend on Hetherington. Gets away from Larson. The ball is on the ground. I saw a knock on, did I? No, Harrigan said play on. On the 40-metre line for John. Tuvey back for the kick. And it's off the boot of Fittler. Not with a lot of quality. Lockyer beats Johns, taken by Rod Howe.
But just some occasions, Ray, where we see Jeff Tuvey in the dummy half roll, just take a metre or half a metre away from his players. He doesn't throw the pass off the ground, and especially on the last tackle when the kicker wants it a bit quicker, he's really got to make sure that he does give him that good defence there on Martin Lang.
How much work has Rodney Howe got through in the last 60 seconds? He's been cleaning up, tackling. Tremendous athleticism from the front row forward. 5 metres into New South Wales's territory now. As Langer gives it across, Walters on, Lockyer in, then Reynolds. Bouncing away from Wishart, the ball goes over the sideline. And it'll be a New South Wales loose head and feet.
He read that well, Rod Wishart. Came in, certainly took the ball carrier by surprise, Steve Renoff. Renoff in trying to get it to sing through it over the sideline.
Eight minutes remaining. Match going out across Australia and across many other nations, particularly New Zealand for TV3 and Sky Channel there. Now, Kosef crosses the halfway. McDougall comes in away from the sideline on the eastern side. And now it's with Tuvey. 42 metres out from the Queensland line. Dangerous period here, particularly for Queensland. Johns, Harrigan across, Ettinghausen, one of the few touches in the game for him. To the 20-metre line goes Dean Pay. Good man to follow. Just inside the 20. Johns on the last. A cross kick. The jump is on. And it's been batted down. Daly. Daly's over the line. Laurie Daly is over the line and is claiming a try.
It's a try, all right. There's no double movement here.
I'll tell you what, I think they'll go close. They have really targeted both Queensland wingers tonight. It's been a very significant plan for them. He's picked it up, bounced.
There wasn't a hand on him anyway.
No one's touching him, that's fine. What about the pickup to get the ball from the kick in the first place? Ball goes back off Matt Singh. Daly comes around.
Look at this.
That's unbelievable. That's fine. No dramas at all.
Fancy a green light here. And it's there. A try officially for Laurie Daly. New South Wales leading by 6 points now.
Well, I've got to say, I've seen Laurie Daly play some great games of football, many of them in fact, but for the first half hour, we've seen all the tricks of the trade. Kicking game, again, pinpoint, came off Matt Singh. That's just unbelievable control. And then the presence of mind to make sure that he got the ball over the line. And the key factor in this try, it looks like a double movement, and it would be if he was being held by a Queensland defender.
He's having a wonderful game, Laurie Daly. But their game plan, apart from everything else, has been to really put pressure on the Queensland wingers. On that occasion, they came up with a try.
7 times he's captained his country. 10 times his state. And he's having a marvellous night. Andrew Johns put the kick up. Now he attempts conversion from 21 out and 2 in. Unsuccessful so far tonight, and it remains that way. So 12-6, brought about by 3 tries for New South Wales. 1 to Queensland. Stephen, this was the try again.
Oh, again, it's just unbelievable play from Laurie Daly. What magnificent hands. And let's give a rap to Rod Wishart. He goes up, puts pressure on. Terry Hill involved there. He's a magician, this bloke. Great try.
Daly is cramping. He's taken...
Yeah, well, that's the hamstring, you would think. The one that was a problem in the test match. Kept him out a couple of weeks after that. And what about the change in this game resulting from the Matt Singh interference? Queensland could have led 12-0, and psychologically that would have been an enormous blow.
Wally.
Well, I think Queensland really need to construct their kicking game a little bit better. With New South Wales backline defence moving up pretty quick as it has been all night, I think they've got to try and employ a chip or a grubber kicking game. But you have a look at the difference between the two of them. New South Wales kicking game has been first class all night long. An absolute nemesis for the bloke standing under it.
They've really peppered them down both flanks. They've attacked Sailor a couple of times, Singh a couple of times. Little grubber into the in goal to get it back earlier. Now Johns, dummy to Brasher as he goes across the 30-metre line before stepping and straightening the attack out to the 40. Now it's with Howe.
This is where
he's hit us. We're told that the story on Laurie Daly, cramps only, it's not the hamstring. Wendell Sailor running into Dean Pay. Harrigan coming in over the top, and Andrew Johns a piece of the action. Singh over the 20, pulled down by Harrigan and Tuvey. Matthew Johns is on for the Blues as Jason Smith runs into Andrew Johns. 31 metres out from his own line, Jason. He'll be ruining. Oh, gee. Matthew Johns launched himself in defence. He'll be ruining the try that he set up, Jason Smith, that was disallowed for Steve Renouf. Lockyer doing some light stepping on the 40-metre line. Walters. And now a kick by Bartram, and it's with Brasher.
The one thing that Queensland have not been able to come up with in the last 10 minutes is a couple of sets of 6 back-to-back.
McDougall beats one. Reaches the 40-metre line. Pulled down by Smith. The brothers Jason and Darren, both involved in this match for Queensland. Darren playing in his first run-on Origin side. Harrigan, centre of the park. Peter Ryan is injured. It looked like he was holding Harrigan down. The fact of the matter is he couldn't get up. Now Wishart with an evasive run to the Queensland 30-metre line. 2v for Andrew John. Away from Peter Ryan, and the kick is high towards Sailor and Lockyer. Lockyer, glorious.
Wonderful take there, but gee, there was another chance for New South Wales. Peter Ryan sprinted up out of the line, left a huge gap. At this stage, you know, if I was in charge of the Queensland side, I'd be looking for a couple of my forwards to dominate, because New South Wales have got them. They've got Harrigan, Howe, and Dean Pay's been outstanding. But the New South Wales Queensland forwards, they're more laid back. They need someone to take this Queensland side up and tear apart the New South Wales pack.
Harrigan heading up the tunnel for an early half-time. Hetherington trying to get something going. That's Darren Smith. 8 metres short of halfway. Langer, a kick and a chase. And he leads the chase, but Brasher was there. Try in the game for Brasher. and he's been very safe at the back.
Paul, if Queensland are looking for a forward to do that, you would imagine that Shane Webke would be the man. We haven't seen a lot of Webke taking the football up, not damaging the way that we've seen him at club football, and he's probably the guy that could take on that responsibility as Andrew Johns jinx, keeps the ball alive to Tuvey. He throws the dummy tackle 45 out from his own line, 55 out, sorry.
Howe, hit, spin, Tuvey on, Fittler away, Brasher in. 38 out from the Queensland line, and Johns with a shot for field goal. It looks okay. Harrigan, he puts the hand in the air. The Blues will go to half-time, 13-6.
Yeah, great thinking there. Not an easy one. He's had to put it over from about 37 metres out. It was in front, but he struck it beautifully. A 7-point lead. That will hurt the opponents. And Andrew Johns, always sinking, realises that 1 point with a minute to go could be very valuable in another 40.
Just on that forward issue, a classic case of how to decide whether one forward pack is on top is the number of offloads. In the last 15 minutes, New South Wales forwards have been offloading at will. Queensland not putting them on the deck.
Take two. Ball just falling off the mound for Darren Lockyer. And we probably will have just the one tackle. And that will be on Adam McDougall. Grounded just inside the 20. Siren has been acknowledged as Tim Brasher takes it to ground. The end of 40 minutes. The Blues crowd, they are pumped up. Why wouldn't they be? It's been a huge moral victory in the first half. 3 tries to 1. No goals apart from the field goal kicked by Andrew Johns. They lead 13-6 against Queensland, who scored the first try, with Kevin Walters at the 7th minute. So that's the state of play. New South Wales by 7 as we go to a break to come back. And then Ken Sutcliffe will be interviewing Wally Lewis. Of course, don't forget tomorrow, the Origin wrap on 9's Wide World of Sports, plus some great action coming your way. Welcome back to the Sydney Football Stadium, where State of Origin 1 is 13-6 at the moment in favour of New South Wales. Just talking to Peter and Paul while Wally Lewis and Ken Sutcliffe looked at the first half. They're very firmly of the belief that Queensland has to be the team to score next. From the restart, they go for the shallow restart, and it's Dean Pay. With good anticipation, Eddinghausen then on the halfway line. 3 tries to New South Wales, and they followed Queensland's first try, which came at the 7th minute. Tuvey then on the first set of 6 in the new half. About to play it back to big Paul Harrigan. They go down the right, down the blind side, and it's with Rodney Howe, who made a contribution of 12 hit-ups in the first half, 9 tackles. Andrew Johns continues to pepper them. Lockyer, he's been good tonight.
Well, I still can't get over that restart by Queensland. The one thing is Sailor Beach 1 tackle, that by kicking off, you know you've got good field position if you drive it down. All of a sudden, New South Wales a set of 6 in Queensland's territory, and at the end of it, they can put some pressure on through the bomb once again.
Ooh, heavy stuff on Webke. On his own 30-metre line, Larson now. Carries it down the eastern side. Back for Lockyer's boot. And straight to Timmy Brasher. He played the first half with an inscription written underneath it. Hey, remember me. How? To the 40-metre line as we take you to Steve Roach.
Yeah, well, one injury problem for New South Wales, but he's out there. The Chief, he was getting extensive physio on his back during the half-time break, and he's struggling with the flu. The markers must stay alert, especially the big men, when Alfie Langer decides to run the football or he turns men inside. New South Wales must make sure that they lock Jason Smith up on the right defence. He's the real danger for Queensland. for the Queensland side. Peter Ryan is struggling with a rib cartilage, but he's out there. Webke also with an ankle problem. And Wayne Bennett, he said, we must talk in defence. There's too many holes in the fringe of the ruck for Daly. And get the no try out of your head. Let's get on with the game.
Again, an exhibition of Lockyer and his safeness. Kevin Walters. Matt Seymour looking for half a chance from Hetherington there. And across from Lang. It is with Bartram. Now it is Saylor. And heading for the sideline. Pulled over the sideline by McDougall. And a round of applause for the New South Wales players.
And some Queensland supporters calling for a penalty there. Strong tackle by McDougall on Saylor, one-on-one. He's nearly been their best player, McDougall. He's had an absolute blinder. All in the one motion. Well, he was going nowhere. No, it's got to be a penalty.
The tackle was finished, that's for sure.
Got to be a penalty.
So the Blues, 30 metres away from the Queensland line early in the second half. Daly. Commentary team firmly of the opinion that Queensland should have got a penalty. So it'll be a travesty if New South Wales scores off this set. 2 beyond for Poe. Howes with him. 15 out from the Queensland line.
Peter Ryan in all sorts of trouble in defence for Queensland.
Johns. Harrigan channeling back. Smith up the top. Hetherington underneath. Tuvey. Chance here, the little man. Runs to the line. Then it's with Cossack. Driven back. 5 gone. Queensland calling on all their stamina. Fittler. Oh, cleaned up by Larson. Good work by Gary Larson playing tonight. His 22nd consecutive Origin match. Ryan comes off. It looks like he's succumbing to that rib cartilage. Just back on Larson, he breaks the record of consecutive matches set by Wally Lewis with his match tonight. Darren Smith, Wendell Saylor.
And Laurie Daly still down after making a tackle 13 metres out from Queensland line. He's struggling as the last tackle signalled by Harrigan. Langer finds some room to run and a bit of space in between Wishart and McDougall. Oh.
Gee. They were both almost too well-mannered. Nobody wanted to pick it up.
Daly leaving the field.
Brasher. There's a competent replacement waiting. New South Wales could do an... Oh, Howe and Larson came together. Hitting Harvard. And of course, they could put Matthew Johns to 5/8. Brad Fittler could go out there.
Well, he was leaving the field and he made a detour. He's back out there.
Eddinghausen getting a good ball from Harrigan. Right on the halfway line. Menzies coming on. 5 tackles gone as Brad Fittler prepares to play it. And he's got an ankle problem. Daly turns it in. Hill loses it. Having an unhappy night with his hands. Terry Hill. Played by Webke. 35 metres out from their own line. Larson. Pulled down by Hill and Tuvey. 13-6 New South Wales. 3 tries to 1 and a field goal to Andrew Johns, making the 13 points. There's been no 2-pointers for New South Wales. Could have been a much bigger scoreline at half-time. Fittler's in trouble. Aiken pulled down on the Blues 40-metre line. Then Darren Smith offloading for Langer. Langer then gets a pass away for Carroll. Carroll's 28 metres out from the line. Then from Lockyer, the pass looked forward. Langer gets it away. Walters on. Then it goes from Jason Smith to Renouf. Renouf. Oh, Renouf pulled down 2 metres from the line. Kevin Walters calling for the play the ball. Then for Smith, he puts in a grubbing kick. Dean Pay is there. And Dean Pay taken by his Parramatta teammate. Line dropout. So a good passage of play for the Queensland.
There's some fine attack there from the Queenslanders. Benny Aiken is back on and he's run the ball a couple of times. That's the trademark Broncos stuff, isn't it? Outside ball to Renouf as the outside shoulder gets on the outside of his man and nearly gets the try.
Not on the outside there, Rabs.
Now Saylor taking it back. 22 metres away from the Blues line. Will they be the next team to score? Good chance for them here. Larson. 13-6. The Blues by 7. Langer. Webke looming on the inside. Lockyer gets it on the out. 12 metres from the line. Then for Langer. Looking for the inside ball. Bartram. 7 metres from the line. Aiken, Langer, Lockyer looks for Darren Smith.
Oh, great tackle. Jeff Tuvey, try saver.
This is the last. Darren Smith. Langer gets the kick in. Across the park. Pressure. Wishart. No pressure. Well, he's leapt back into the field of play. It would have been better to stay where he was.
Well, they have. No, he's brought it out to the 20. Bill Harrigan, he saw quickly enough that Wishart caught the ball in the in-goal area. Rodney Howe steams up. But Jeff Tuvey in that last set of 6, a superb tackle as Jason Smith comes up with a pretty good one on Wishart as well.
Steve Roach on the sidelines, a report on Brad Fittler.
Yeah, Courtney, they've taken him into the sheds to get it rubbed out. He'll be back.
Now it's with Andrew Johns, and this is McDougall. 23 years of age. Just outside the 40-metre line from Andrew Johns, a dummy half for Jeff Tuvey at first receiver, Daly at second, and then out wide. It was Cossack. Hill comes angling back in off the eastern touchline to the halfway line for Daly. Daly, a grubbing kick or a low trajectory kick from dummy half. Lockyer back there with Matt Singh. Singh's going to bring it away off the 10-metre line. He's reaching the 20 now. And, Dean plays, hung an arm out. It'll be a penalty. Let's stay with Bill.
It's just too high, mate. You just got to get him down, right? It's up around the neck.
And all of a sudden for New South Wales, the injury starting to affect them a little bit. Fittler's off. Laurie Daly continues to struggle. Paul Harrigan hasn't been right for a while.
And I think the fact that Ken McGuinness is on the bench hasn't actually got a run yet in the first 50 minutes of the game. So, I mean, they are interchange players, not reserves, and their go is to come on and off as the coach suits them. But so far hasn't decided to use McGuinness. They're playing a 16-man game against Queensland 17 at this stage.
Are we watching a repeat of Aaron Raper, Melbourne?
I don't think they'll have a choice. I think McGuinness will come into the game through necessity as Larson juggles the football. Good sustained pressure for Queensland, but it's just all come undone. For long periods in the first half, they weren't able to sustain pressure by getting those 6 back-to-back. We saw it down there earlier. Unfortunately for Gary Larson, his first mistake of the game just takes the pressure off the opponents.
New South Wales has won 5 of the last 6 Origin matches. They've won 5 of the last 6 series. And here they are, working it away at 13-6 up. Beyond the 40-metre line and losing it to Sailor was Brasher. Aiken. Met by Howe and Barnhill. First tackle. Lang. Runs with the head high when they hit. It's exaggerated by that mop of hair as it flows around in the breeze. Walters. And then Price away for Langer and then for Larson. Larson is 15 away from the line. Queensland desperate to score next. Langer puts the kick in, his specialty. Oh, McDougall failed to clean up. It's a try for Darren Smith. No hesitation from Bill Harrigan. Was it Darren Smith or was it Stephen Price? It was the latter.
Yeah, Stephen Price, he'll be happy about that. Tim Brasher, after a mistake by Gary Larson only moments earlier, came up with the mistake, and then Alan Langer puts the ball through. There were so many blue jerseys here willing to cover it up, but Adam McDougall just made a mess of it, lost his footing, and a simple try for Stephen Price, and luck's a fortune.
Oh, they needed this, the Maroons. They're back into it now. Another Langer kick. How many tries have we seen from Langer kicks over the years? That's 2 tonight. And there was 1,000 New South Wales jumpers there. He went too early, made his run too early, and Stephen Price just had to ground it, dive on it. There it is.
No problem with the try. Somebody was wanting to query the put down. Bill Harrigan had a perfect view of it. And Darren Lockyer gets another simple conversion attempt. A little hook on it, but it's there. So we are back And 13-12, the Blues over the Maroons. Yeah. New South Wales with Andrew Johns sending it deep. Sailor beyond the 20. Hope you're enjoying the telecast in New Zealand. TV3, Sky. Webkey. Queensland are back. 1 point in arrears. Just the Andrew Johns field goal now the difference, though they're trailing 3 tries to 2. Martin Lang, a short ball for Price. And he's beyond the 40-metre line to the halfway. Menzies had to make the tackle, desperate as it was. Langer puts in a kick. There's a racer. Brasher's back there, no mistakes. And line drop-out time. As we take a comment from Wally Lewis.
Well, I'm sure that this is exactly what's pleased Wayne Bennett, the way that they've come back. The period of play just before that last Queensland try was really effective. It was almost forcing back footy. Queensland needed a little bit of a lucky break, and they've got it. But what they've had over the last couple of sets of 6 is a good constructive kicking game at the end. They've got to put pressure on New South Wales.
Vital part of the game. Lang. Long run, 20 metres. Sets up the foundation. 30 metres away from the Blues line. This is the second play for Bartram. 25 on 2. I can dummy half. Been there a lot. Langer on for Walters. Outside ball eventually for Lockyer. Now for Reynolds. On 3. 15 metres out. Langer. Short ball for Webke. Barnhill read the play. On 4. Now Aiken. And Langer. And in for Walters. And he's put down on 5. 5 metres out from the line. Aiken. And Langer. Langer. There's the grubbing kick again. Daly makes a mistake. Langer scores. Langer's over. Well, the grubbing kick from Langer has resulted in 3 Queensland tries.
Well, can you believe it? New South Wales so sure-handed in the first half. The pressure of state of origin football comes out in the simplest ways. And you would say that Laurie Daly, 99 times out of 100, would pick that one up. But in this atmosphere, against this enemy, the ball just eluded the grasp and Langer picks up, dives over. Quite incredible.
And you go back to the kick before, though, when they forced the ball in goal. Tim Brasher was caught. That's the one that's just about got them the try. Alan Langer, what a game he's having. No more dangerous man in the game inside that 20-metre zone when on attack.
The words of Peter Sterling ringing in my ears as Paul was making that comment. I think Sterling was saying only a month ago that there is only one legend or champion playing the game these days, and that is Alfie Langer. Now, Lockyer with his most difficult kick of the night. He makes it look so simple. Queensland, 18. New South Wales, 13. This is Origin 1. Johns running the back. What a change in complexion. What a change in this match. 13-6 at the break. And now 18-13.
And I was asking the question before half-time which Queensland forward was going to come out and dominate. And he's put his hand up, Martin Lang.
Webke. Just outside the 30-metre line. Queensland replying from the restart with their first set. Mistake-free. Brasher. They've scored 12 points to 0 in the second half, Queensland. They've turned a 13-6 deficit into an 18-13 lead. And 3 tries of... Oh, that was big from Price. That was big from Price. Carries a big name, a former big name, doesn't he? But Jovi's playing well. McDougall away for Eddinghausen. Across for Johns. And he's over the 40-metre line. Tuvey! Oh, Eddinghausen arrived a second too late. Now Johns inside for Eddinghausen. Eddinghausen across for Fittler. Fittler on for Daly. Daly comes back, looks back up the centre, and is held 12 metres out from the line. 5 tackles. Eddinghausen for Fittler, and they test them again. Up goes Big Sailor. It's come down to McDougall. He gets it away to Howe.
6 again.
Howe gets it away for Fittler. Fittler, he'll go himself. Fittler's over. It's another try for New South Wales. Unbelievable. This is absolutely incredible.
It's an easy game. You just put the kick up and score a try. Wendell Sailor, he set his sights on this one, but it still came out, and McDougall, thinking that it might not be 6 again, got the ball back. Now, as they went to the right-hand side, the New South Wales players on the far side, they're telling Brad Fittler, don't kick it. He gets outside Darren Smith. Smith loses his grasp. Fittler's got every right to put the ball down. Kevin Walters shows his disgust.
What a game. What a great state of origin match this is. Fantastic stuff from McDougall. Desperation from him. Unknowingly, but it was 6 tackles to go. And then Brad Fittler, a good ball from Rodney Howe, doesn't pass it often. That was maybe the most important pass of his career. And Brad Fittler saw the space, went to it, got through the Smith tackle, and got up and over. What a game, Rebby.
What about Matt Singh? He's still trying to stop the try, getting his leg in the way of his Roosters teammate.
Well, that's Matt Singh, isn't it?
Yeah, we've seen it plenty of times before, haven't we?
He'll try anything to stop a try, and normally he does. Can Andrew Johns raise the flags for the first time? 20 metres out, and this one he's got. He's taken some paint off the upright, but he's got it. New South Wales are back in front by 1. Steve Roach.
Well, how important the kick has been in this game. We've seen a lot of tries. McDougall does well to offload. The Queensland defence stops, and Laurie Daly says, look, I'm your captain, Freddie. You run the footy. He's pointing at him. He said, all right, I will. He bounces up and scores the try. Great try to put him straight back into it. And joining me on the sideline at the moment, Glenn Lazarus. And Glenn, a lot of people would say that you should be out there, and I'd be one of them. How are you seeing it?
Well, it's classic state of origin football, isn't it, mate? It's just seesawing from one end to the other. But I just feel as though whoever decides to just crack will lose the game, mate, I'm sure. Yeah,
it was always going to be one of the great players that put us back into the game. First it was Alan Langer off a Laurie Daly mistake, and then Fittler.
I just thought Alan Langer showed us why he's probably the best footballer in the world.
Steve, I'll just come back to you in a moment, because as you saw, Queensland got the loose head and feed. Walters is tackled 12 metres out from the Blues line. Centre of the park, first tackle. Now it's gone from Aiken for Larson. Larson's taken by Brasher. Second tackle. We'll go back to Glenn Lazarus in a moment. Now we come on the third play. Walters back for Webke. Webke goes straight at Tuvey. Put down 9 metres out from the line. Third play gone. Aiken dummy half again. Then it's with Langer. Now it's with Walters. Walters off his left foot. He's put down on 4. 7 metres out from the line. Now from Aiken again. Langer not kicking that time. Will he kick on the next? Larson is put down on 5, and it's Alan Langer getting the ball now. Will he use it again? No, he uses a little kick back. I don't know that they were onside, but it's been taken in goal on the full. It's back to the 20-metre line for the restart.
And the player to take the ball was not Tim Brasher or Adam McDougall, but David Barnhill, the replacement prop. Good stuff by Barney.
All right. Stephen, firstly, sorry to interrupt you, but Glenn, thank you for joining us down there.
Not a problem, Warren. I just saying that Alan Langer probably showed why he's the best footballer in the world. He was instrumental in those 2 tries for Queensland, but you know, guys like Brad Fittler and Laurie Daly, you just can't lie down and expect them to slide down here.
Yeah, you've almost got to score back to back when you're playing against this Queensland side. They never give in. You've really got to score a try, then score the next one.
Yeah, exactly right. And as we've seen, sides just can't do that here, can they? So it'll be interesting to see if Queensland can reply.
Yeah, thanks very much to Ben Lazarus. Back to you, Ray.
Thanks, Steve. As Johns puts the kick in, high, and Lockyer. No apparent pressure, but anything in State of Origin is pressure. And I'm so pleased that he's having a big game tonight, Darren Lockyer. Oh, the ball has gone to ground. It's a penalty for stealing.
Yeah, good decision this one. No doubt that the New South Wales player played at the footy. And a fine touch around the halfway line. There it is there from Andrew Eddinghausen.
Queensland from the centre of the ground. Lockyer finding the line. 1 point the difference. Queensland have scored 12 points to 6 in the second half. They trailed 13 to 6 at half time. And the scoreboard is fluctuating. First one and then the other. As Jason Smith hammers it up towards the 40-metre line before he is on the end of a hammer himself. Hetherington did well. Walters in some space looking for Langer. 25 metres out from the Blues line. Langer sensing a chance is there again. Lockyer. 10-metre line. Carroll will be the dummy half. This is the last tackle for Queensland. Into the hands of Langer. Why not? The ball has come to ground and it's Brasher. Brasher's dived on that ball, a loose ball, and I think New South Wales played at it.
Well, I don't know about anyone else up there. Well, I think everybody at the whole ground. Every time Alan Langer gets a football to kick on the last tackle, I'm almost expecting a try. And we nearly had another one then. It was only some superb clean-up from Tim Brasher. They did play at this one. The rebound comes off Barnhill, knocked back by Paul Harrigan. That's nice and dangerous. He almost took it out of the hands of Matt Singh.
Andrew Eddinghausen has worn more New South Wales caps than any other person. 25, makes it 26 tonight, and Harrigan tries to squeeze the pass. Will they make him pay? Smith, and then from Hetherington for Larson. 28 metres out, held by Barnhill. Harrigan obviously hadn't called tackle. He allowed Barnhill to go on with it. Walters hammered over the top by Tuvey. Underneath was Harrigan. And he'll be hoping there's no points come from this set of 6. Paul Harrigan, because there was no need to squeeze the pass. Lang. Hetherington, 20-metre line. Bad pass for Langer. Well, where's the defence? They're standing off. He's mesmerising them.
Well, they need another kicker here. Kevin Walters might slot in.
Walters, a little kick, and beautiful hands by Wisher. But then we knew that.
Yeah, but it was a poor kick from Kevin Walters. It didn't put pressure on. If he was going to put it in there, it had to go high so that the chasers could get there or find the ground.
Kosef, 1 point the margin. 1 point. New South Wales holding. Hill on his own 40. Tuvey got a quick play of the ball. Went for a dummy half scamper. Smith it is that makes the tackle on the diminutive Manly cap. And then Rodney Howe, he loses it. Menzies covers it up for him. As we take a comment from Wally.
Ray, I'll tell you who I think has been one of the best players for New South Wales, and he's only been on there a short period of time, has been David Barnhill. If for no other reason that every time Queensland get deep into New South Wales territory, he turns the players over, flattens them on their backs, or as we saw just a few moments ago when Langer went to play the ball quickly, tugged into the ground and slowed play up by another 2 or 3 seconds. That's first class.
Kosef gets a break. The Maroons win the scrum naturally enough. Renoff. Keenness tonight to win the battle against his opposite number. Jason Smith And the ball to ground is okay. Hetherington to the 30-metre line now. The Maroons trailing 19-18. Walters. That's Bartram out wide. 25 away from the line. Langer, a handoff for Walters, a spin. Lockyer, Larson, and then Singh. And then taking the tackle and then giving it to Lockyer. So a lot of ball movement, but not going anywhere. As they look for this kick from Langer. And again, he puts it in behind McDougall, who's made another mistake, but is able to clean it up this time.
He had a bit more time this time, Adam McDougall. Good pressure kick again from Alan Langer. And time starting to get away. The next point scorer could be the match winner. We're inside the final 14. McDougall, tough balls, especially in these conditions. Good pressure again from the chasers led by Eichen.
Well, Sterlo, do we see Alan Langer come into play here and start thinking, well, we've only got about 10 minutes, let's go for a one-pointer to even the contest?
I don't think so. I don't think he's shown in the past that that's his go. I know that he's won a State of Origin game, but that was in the final seconds. I think that'll only be something that will come right at the death if needed.
Webke. Oh, what a great run by Webke! Ran straight through the wall. Now Lockyer. Lockyer's 2 metres from the line. Hetherington to the blind side. Oh, they've made a mistake. Renoff has put it down. Barnhill is there.
That was not a great pass. That was their chance, the Queensland side. Bustling run from Webke. And in the
wasn't
end,
Renoff.
This is now a big test for New South Wales. The last 4 times they've had the football, they haven't completed a set of 6.
Fittler. 5 metres short of halfway. Handling errors. Like the scoreboard. Nothing in it. Lockyer's back on his 10-metre line. Worse than that. Taken by John. Andrew. Now Sale. The type of player as they all get naturally tired that could run 90 metres and put it over the line. From Jason Smith to Kevin Walters, now to Matt Singh. Almost away. Desperate tackle by Menzies. He's made a couple of valuable tackles too. Jason Smith is met by Barnhill. And then Dean Bay comes over the top. Bartram. Webke. Will he do it again? This time they've got him. Right on the halfway mark, that's 5. Queensland there with Langer on the blind side. Kicking towards McDougall and finding the line. 19-18. Langer has now kicked 17 times in the game. Jason Hetherington with a knee problem. 36,000 people here at the stadium tonight. In fact, 36,007. McDougall, he had a brilliant first half. And he did something quite fantastic in the second half, but he's made a couple of mistakes as well in the second stanza. Menzies, 25 away from his own line. Rodney Howe running into Jason Smith, who grimaces as contact is made with that tender sternum injury that he's got. Harrigan, Tuvey, Pay, crossing the 40. 3-man Queensland tackle. Ends with Larson making it. Webke's injured. Tuvey to the right. Johns kicking on the halfway line. Ball bouncing down to the 10-metre line for Saylor. Saylor winding up, getting some speed going now and running into little Jeff Tuvey. He's an absolute wonder boy, isn't he? Tuvey. Now Lockyer. Back. Walters. Then Langer. Tries to duck under play. Problems for Webke, as I told you. Bartram, 40-metre line. Walters, Langer, inside ball, Lockyer. Tuvey's there again, blocking up the middle. How many tackles has he made now? He's gone up to 33 tackles for the game now, Tuvey. 42 metres out from the New South Wales line. The Blues by 1. 19-18. Inside pass for Carroll. Carroll pulled down.
Oh, he had Lockyer on the inside. If he could have found him, Brasher was out of play.
Great tackle by Harrigan. Walters.
Oh,
It's been touched by New South Wales. Carroll. Again, Harrigan makes the tackle. Renoff to the 10-metre line. Now they're down in that danger zone. The perils of the Langer kick. And here he is, across for Darren Smith. Early in the tackle count. Bartram is the dummy half. Langer running to them. Looking for runners on the inside. Bartram. Walters. Harrigan not buying the dummy. Lockyer. Back to Langer. Now Larson. Across for Darren Smith. Able to get it away. Ben Aiken. Tackle number 5 has been made. Menzies again. Langer. Walters. Grubbing kick. Wishart. Clean. Comfortable. Now he's away. Wishart. He's over the 40-metre line. Martin Langer's after him. Matt Singh runs him down.
what about Martin Lang? How did Martin Lang stay with Rod Wishart as the Blues keep the ball alive?
McDougall now. 25 metres away from the Maroons line. Daly with a run of his own. 15 from the line. Johns to the right for Fittler, and then for Brasher. Brasher's looking for number 2. He's pulled down 5 away. Now Fittler away for Johns, back for Fittler. Fittler away for Eddinghausen. Then it's gone to Menzies. He's in to score. Menzies has scored, and probably wrapping up Origin 1. Oh, sustained attack. It started with Wishart back on his own goal line, and Menzies has finished it at the other end of the park.
Well, it's a fitting way to end the State of Origin. Rod Wishart, like he's going to score here. He's got a front rower chasing him. Martin Lang took ground off him, and that enabled Matt Singh to come from behind because he had to change course. Just look at the sleight of hand and the interplay here between Fittler and Johns. This catch, pass, and all of a sudden something's on out wide just because of the brilliance there. Tremendous work from Eddinghausen again. The fist goes up, it's clenched, and Steve Menzies, he can play like a centre or a winger anytime you want. But this will look absolutely beautiful. This little bit here. Fittler, Johns, tracks 2. Darren Smith comes in. Langer has to come in. And then Andrew Eddinghausen, again with some superb work. He just puts the icing on the cake, puts it on a platter for Steve Menzies.
Very skillful hands by the New South Wales boys. And Fittler's had a great game tonight. Fantastic game by him. And I've got to tell you, that piece of rugby league we saw from Martin Lang, one of the gutsiest and most courageous pieces of play I've ever seen from a Queenslander. He just never gave up. In the end, he virtually slowed Wishart down. And Matty Singh came from behind to get him. But well done, Martin Lang. He did Queensland proud.
I'll tell you who saved New South Wales at the other end. That was Jeff Tuvey. He came up with a tackle under the post there just before the last kick. It was a try. Tuvey was absolutely unbelievable in that set of passage down there.
This is a very important kick, boys. Johns is 9 metres in. He's 20 metres out. He hasn't been kicking well. He's only got the 1, and I think he's missed it again. He has. So an unhappy night with the boot for Andrew Johns. New South Wales by 5. Stephen.
Well, they knew that Queensland was short. The old run around, but at pace, watch the way Fittler straightens up, gets Alfie Langer interested. Great hands there from ET. And he has got fresh legs, Stephen Menzies, and that's the ball game.
Well, jeez.
I bet you Tommy Rodonicus doesn't think it's the ball game. 5 behind with 4.5 to go.
It's a big call, Roachy.
I bet you Wayne Bennett doesn't either.
Yeah, well, I do.
Barnhill. Just inside their own 30-metre line. Dean Poe. Got to build A backbone that won't be broken now. This man has been great tonight, Fittler. Loves to run the football. Here's Daly. Sensational first half. He's been cramping. He's been gallant. Johns puts in the grubbing kick. Lockie leaves the ground to take it. And now lifted by the Tron. Singh comes away to be met by this enthusiastic defence of Hill. Walters, a long ball. Langer. Then it's Bartram. Bartram's pulled down inside the 20. 23 points to 18 in Origin, 1 for Harvey Norman. McDonald's $1,000 man of the match later. Thank you, McDonald. Across the 30-metre line. Lockyer for Renoff. Renoff! Oh, gee, Matt Singh has knocked on. It was a pass that I guess had to be thrown.
The tiniest of knock-ons there. Terry Hill giving someone a spray. It's unusual. He's played well tonight, Terry Hill. So has Andrew Eddingshausen. I tell you, he's played exceptionally well. And I think if Queensland are to still win this game, and let me tell you, they can, it'll come through the 3 Broncos. Some interplay from Walters, Langer and Darren Lockyer. That's the magic can get them home.
Stay with us at the end of the match. Steve will be on the ground, so will Wally. Wally Lewis and Steve Roach. They'll gather up some interviews for us. And we'll take this Origin right through until the awarding of the man of the match. Brasher, 22 metres out, 2 minutes and 20 seconds on the clock. Barnhill. Big raps from Wally Lewis for his performance tonight. 15 from the line. Here's Fittler again. Got the ball in. Eddinghausen gets it on. Then backs up Howe. Eddinghausen pulled down in the centre of the park. 10 metres away from the Queensland line. Tuvey. Then for Pay. Pay wrestling with his Parramatta teammate, Jason Smith. 5 gone.
They get one into the in-goal area, it's all over. Johns might think field goal, I don't think so. Into the in-goal area.
Johns, a little grubbing kick, a rebound. Webke picks it up for Queensland. And Shane Webke will play it inside his own 10-metre line. Walters. The kick and the race is on. It's picked up by Ben Aiken. Aiken pulled down desperately by McDougall. Saylor gets a pass away for Lockyer. Lockyer towards the 30-metre line. Langer comes to Brasher. Gets it away to Walters. Walters gets it away. It's with Darren Smith. Then it's gone away again. And to ground on the 20-metre line is Lockyer. Queensland, they will not lie down. It's with Langer again. He's 15 metres out from the line. Lockyer is put down. Now they're 11 metres out from the line. Langer, a sloppy play the ball. Now it's with Jason Smith. He holds the pass up, and here's Walters getting it away. They're over again. Queensland are in, and the try scorer is Tony Carroll. Well, what a game of rugby league. They're behind by a point, and Lockyer can win the game for them.
Oh, he'll win the game for them, don't worry about that. This is like State of Origin is just something all I say. Look at Chris Close. It's just brilliant play, never say die attitude. Lovely interplay once again. Jason Smith. Beautiful ball there, and eventually Tony Carroll, he takes it around towards the post. Sloppy play the ball, as you pointed out, but Alan Langer, he would normally be there taking the first receiver role, but Jason Smith, he sums up the situation. Ball in 2 hands, holds it up. Darren Smith, that's a great pass, and this is a beauty as well. Kevin Wallace, the siren's gone. We've got a kick for Queensland to go 1-0 up.
Great stuff by the Maroons. They never say die, and they've done it again.
They've done it again, you're quite right.
Well, you'd think so. You should pot this one.
Well, what an amazing rugby league match this has been. And I think 99% of people would have thought what Stephen Roach had said was right. 5 points the margin. 90 seconds to go. Lockyer is just off centre. He should get it. He does get it. And Queensland have won it. Origin 1 has been won by the Maroons. 24-23. You little beauty. What a game of rugby league. What a game we've seen here tonight. Just what the reunited game needed. New South Wales scored 5 tries to 4, but they've lost the football game. He hits it, he's got it!